The Biden campaign, this is the president of the United States looking around for anyone who can lead the rally outside of the courtroom where they are attempting to imprison the chief political rival to the sitting president. And no one wanted to do it. Obama's not showing up. Bill Clinton's not showing up. Jimmy Carter probably could show up. He's still not showing up. Then they look in the media. Okay, do we have any really famous, popular stars? Taylor Swift, do you want to come? No, she's not there. So they go all the way down the list and they end up with Robert De Niro. That's the best they got. Is a man who, he's very good at playing the one role that he plays. I'm not taking anything away from De Niro. That one character that De Niro figured out in the 70s, he is very good at playing that role, and he's given some fun performances over the years. Count von Metternich, he is not, okay? A political philosopher, he is not. So he gets out there, and here is his argument as they are attempting to imprison Trump.
Under Trump, this kind of government will perish from the earth. I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave.
If I keep saying this 5 or 6 or 7 times, maybe then people will believe me, huh? Not a very convincing performance from De Niro for 2 reasons. One, he didn't even memorize his lines. The one hard skill that Robert De Niro has cultivated during his life is memorizing words on paper that other people write for him. Here, he couldn't even do that. Supposedly, the country is on the line. Our government will perish. But he doesn't care enough to speak from the heart. He writes it down on paper. Yeah, I don't mean to scare you. Or maybe I do. But if Trump is elected, forget about it. He actually put in a forget about it. Give me a break. So that's one reason it wasn't convincing. But the main reason that it wasn't convincing is the big problem for Biden in this race. Trump has already been president. So all the fear-mongering, all the threats that if Donald Trump is elected, he'll never leave office, the country will fall apart, the government will dissolve, we'll enter World War III. All of that fear-mongering falls flat because he was already president. We already saw what happened, and none of their scare tactics actually occurred. None of the dire warnings actually came true. He'll never leave. Well, he left. You stole the election from him. Sorry, let me correct my language. I want to be very precise in my language. You changed all the voting rules in the weeks and months before the election, and you dragged out the count in rather dubious ways through the middle of the night and for days and weeks, and you took $400 million from a left-wing billionaire and funneled that money into left-wing organizations, and then moved ballot drop boxes, in some cases illegally, and you violated the state constitution in Pennsylvania, and you did this and you did that to fix the election, to rig the election, to, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It was a real Democrat job on that election. And even still, people want the guy back in office. And so the best you can do now is try to throw him in prison. And the further irony of all of this is they're trying to show how clean they are and how awful Donald Trump is. And so what do? They bring a guy who's most famous for playing gangsters to stand outside the classroom and say, we got to imprison our political opponent or else things are going to be really bad. The other huge mistake for the Biden campaign to go out there and do this is they're proving the Trump campaign's point. Previously, the Democrats had said, we are prosecuting Trump because he violated the law, because it's really, really important that when you make an in-kind contribution to your own campaign 8 years ago, that you file a specific form with the FEC. Don't forget, that is what this trial is about. The trial is not about, did Donald Trump sleep with a porn star? The trial is not about, is he a rotten person? The trial is about, did Donald Trump misfile documents pertaining to his business and political campaign? That's all it is. It's a paperwork trial. And previously the Democrats said this is the big threat to democracy is the paperwork trial. And so we need to make sure that Lady Justice is blind and we prosecute everyone evenly, even though we don't really prosecute Democrats for the same crime. But now the Biden campaign is admitting, no, it's really just about how afraid we are of the prospect that Donald Trump could be reelected. So now you're proving the point. It is a political prosecution, of course. And De Niro got heckled mercilessly.
We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats, you are gangsters. Excuse me. You are gangsters.
You're a softie. You're a nobody. You're a mook. M-O-O-K. Mook. You're a traitor to Italian and Jews. You're a traitor to Italian Jews. You ain't Bobby De Niro. You ain't you piece of He's a mook.
He's a mook, M-O-O-K. I love how De Niro opens it. He goes, listen, I'm a gentleman here. You people heckling me, you're not gentlemen. Then you hear someone in the crowd go, F you, De Niro. And then he just goes, F you. I'm a gentleman, F you. And then I don't know, is De Niro part Jewish? I couldn't quite make out that guy at the end who was yelling, you're a traitor to Italians. Obviously, he's Italian. Maybe he's part Jewish. I don't know. But you're a traitor to your people. I do sort of feel that way. Listen, as a descendant of the Mezzogiorno, as a child of Italy, okay, an Italian-American, I'll acknowledge there's some great things Italian-Americans have done for America. We've contributed, I don't know, pizza. We've contributed Antonin Scalia. That was pretty good. We've contributed a lot of things. But we've got some things to answer for. We did bring some organized crime, a certain Italian-American subculture, that's true. We did create the conditions that led to pineapple on pizza. That's very unfortunate. And we gave you Robert De Niro's big fat mouth. And that's unfortunate that we own that. We're responsible for that. And that's very unfortunate. Sad performance for De Niro. You know, he's expecting to come in like a tough guy hero in New York, big movie star. And the people just made fun of him because he's a complete shill for a very corrupt political establishment. And everybody sees it now. That's why the Biden campaign had to show up there in the first place. That was a really good clip. I think we would all agree. And if you want more of them, you've got to subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. Ring the bell. See you next time.